So I get messages every single week from men who are curious about cuckolding, but they're not sure how it actually works or how to bring it up with their partner or even how to get started. Some of you are living it, some of you are fantasizing about it, and some of you are just completely lost somewhere in between. So I asked you for your questions and you did not hold back. Today I'm answering the ones that came up the most, from whether a woman can truly respect her cuckold husband, to race, to pegging, or even whether size really matters. So let's get into it. Question number 1. Do you think a woman can truly respect a cuckold husband? Honestly, I think cuckolding is completely built on respect. There's this huge misconception that only weak men can be cuckolds, and I really couldn't disagree more. To me, it takes real strength to be open emotionally like that and to hand your partner control. Do it from a place of love, not. So I think when you see it in that way, it's impossible not to respect it. If respect isn't part of your dynamic, then honestly, you probably shouldn't be together. Question number 2. My wife is worried it's cheating. How can I show her it's not? So for me, the biggest difference between cuckolding and cheating is consent and communication. Cheating is all about deceit, doing things behind your partner's back, lying, hiding things, and when you do that, your partner stops being your priority. Cuckolding is the complete opposite. It's open, it's discussed, it's agreed upon by everyone involved. All the ground rules are set out in advance and everyone knows where they stand. When cuckolding is done right, trust, from my experience, actually grows, whereas with cheating, it just completely destroys it. Cuckolding can actually strengthen trust. Question number 3. It's difficult to get into this, even if I like to watch videos about it. I do hear that one a lot. It's very easy to watch a video and think that looks exciting. It's not so easy to understand how to get from watching it to actually living it, which is why I started the Cuck Academy, because I get so many messages about this exact issue. So on the Cuck Academy, I provide an explanation of what I call the 4 stages of cuckolding. I'll be expanding into that in a full course with advice on how to explore it in your own life. So if you're sitting there thinking, I love the idea, but I don't know where to begin, that's exactly where to start. In fact, I will drop a link for my little quiz that you can take to figure out what stage you're in and some of the courses that I've built that can help you with that. Question number 4, how can I pitch the idea to my partner to test the water? I actually talk about this a lot in my book, So You Want to Be a Cuckold. So the most important thing is timing. Do not bring it up when she's stressed or there's tension or after an argument. Choose a really calm moment when you both feel open to have a discussion. And when you talk about it, don't go in with, I'm a cuck, let's invite someone into our bedroom tomorrow. Like, no. Instead, say something like, you've been thinking about a fantasy or a kink that you'd like to explore together. Keep it gentle, keep it honest. Some people think a visual can help, like sometimes porn can help, but also sometimes it really can't. I've had men say that showing their partner one of my videos has really opened up conversation, but others it's had the opposite effect. So it really depends on the dynamic you have with your partner. Use some intuition if you're wanting to use porn to open up the conversation. Question number 5 is, I want to be cuckold. How do I include it in my dating profile? Okay, great question. It really depends where you're looking. So if you're using like a female-led relationship app, I think like there's one called Chirp or something like that, you could perhaps be slightly more direct. On mainstream apps, I'd really keep it light and way more subtle. So maybe say things like you're attracted to confident or maybe even dominant women, that you're drawn to strong personalities, and then the women that know will know. Next question. Any tips for single cuckolds? I cannot have a normal relationship after this. So I do hear this a lot. There are so many single cuckolds out there right now. And honestly, it's something that I'm trying so hard to help with. The truth is, more men seem to understand this dynamic than ever before, but women are still kind of playing catch up. They've not quite discovered how empowering it can be for them. It is slowly changing. The more I talk to women about cuckolding, the more I hear from them that it actually sounds really interesting and maybe it's something that they are keen to explore. So do bear with me whilst I continue educating half the planet. In the meantime, there are ways to meet like-minded women. I was recently on Venus Cuckoldress's podcast, and she actually has a dating platform where she matchmakes submissive men with dominant women. So be sure to check that one out. There's also websites like FetLife that can be a bit hit and miss. There's also forums and communities where women are much more open to these dynamics. So the trick is to look where the confident dominant women are already hanging out, rather than trying to convince someone that cuckolding's just not even remotely crossed their mind before. Next question. Is it weird that I like pegging? Absolutely not. What I actually find weird is how women are expected to enjoy anal play, but men somehow aren't supposed to, even though it's like the exact same body part. It's exactly the same. So yeah, pleasure absolutely doesn't have to become off limits just because of your gender. So no, it's not weird. In fact, as with cuckolding, it takes strength to be that honest with yourself when society is still labeling these things as weak or emasculating. If you like it, just fucking own it. There's absolutely nothing shameful about pleasure. So yeah, and honestly, more women are coming around to how sexy it is to dominate a man in that way. I know I certainly love it. Next question. Why is it only white men who are cuckolded in porn? A big question. I am rather controversially a Queen of Spades. I just naturally prefer black men. So by default, most of my content reflects that. My audience does tend to be white men who adore seeing white women with black men, which is why that dynamic appears so much in my content. But it's not that black cucks don't exist. I have dated one and I've had plenty reach out to me. It's just that stereotype in porn still revolves very much around that contrast, the white cuck, the black bull narrative. I have thought about filming with a black cuck before, but I just don't think my audience are ready for it. I think they'd just get a bit confused. So maybe I'll try it one day, see how it goes. But for the moment, the content I make reflects both my own preferences and what my audience appears to enjoy. But who knows, that may well evolve over time. Next question. Do you agree white girls plus black men is the best energy? Yeah, personally for me, yes. That combination has incredible energy, but it's less, I guess it's more about the confidence. So black men that I'm drawn to just kind of have this calm self-assurance, quiet confidence that I just find so fucking sexy. And I just haven't really found that in white guys in the same way. I do actually talk about this on the podcast I mentioned with Venus Cuckoldress. We both kind of discuss why that dynamic feels so powerful. So if you're interested in that theme, check that out. Also, my good friend the Goddess Worshipper has a whole blog on it, so do go and read that as well if it's something that you are interested in. Next question. Does size matter? Yes. For me, 100% yes. I'm very open about being a size queen. I love deep penetration and just the physical intensity that comes with that. And for me, that just does not happen with anything less than, I guess, 7 inches. But that's my preference, and not every woman feels the same, and plenty don't care about size at all. So while it matters to me, it doesn't matter universally. You just have to find someone that enjoys what you bring to the table, or not. Next question, what size cock should be locked up in a cage? For me, there's no size limit. If chastity excites you, then it's for you. There's actually something quite sexy about a big cock being locked away, all that potential just being denied. But equally, there's something very cute and fitting about a little one being locked up because, well, if you're not man enough to fuck, then it just belongs in a cage, doesn't it? So yeah, for me, size doesn't matter, but the control is very sexy. Next question, would you allow me to pay for drinks when you're on a date? Yes, absolutely. And that is such a perfect example of knowing your place and serving from afar. I actually wish more places made that easier. You know how, I don't know if this is an international thing, but Wetherspoons is a very British pub, and it lets you post your table number so people can send drinks straight to your table. They just need to roll that out somewhere a bit classier, I think. Imagine I can just send you my table number and you can just sort out drinks without having to disturb me at all. That would be ideal. So, there we go. Some of your biggest cuckolding questions answered. Cuckolding doesn't have to be about humiliation or losing power. It's about honesty and devotion and creating a dynamic where both people feel completely free to just be themselves. So, if you want to explore this lifestyle properly, not just as a fantasy, although that's perfectly valid as well, you can make this real. You can start with my Cuck Academy. It's where I can teach you how to move through the stages to actually live being a cuck with confidence. So if you've enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and please do drop a comment because at the end of the day, your questions are what shape these conversations. I will see you in the next video.